was just not evident. It was just obvious that something was not just going right. I mean,
you're very correct. I don't know where to start from, apart from the fact that personally for me, I don't expect too much from the Super Eagles these days.
Why would you say that? These are defending champions of the nation.
And I went into that game yesterday with so much pessimism. We cannot beat Iran. Yes, we lost to Argentina. We lost to France. But if you can't beat teams like Congo, you can't beat South Africa, you can't beat Sudan, you can't even beat around the bush. It's terrible.
I'm trying to be funny right now.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying. For so long, we expect so much from these guys, and Nemo that quote non abet. What you do not have, you cannot give. At a point when you've patched things together, the cookie crumbles, and the cookie is crumbling now. JJ Okuta came on Twitter yesterday to say Nigerian football has been dead long ago. We're just trying to manage things. This is actually the confirmation. Yesterday's game was abysmal from the players. It's easy. It's overtly simplistic to say Stephen Keshi must go, like so many football pundits are saying around the world right now in Nigeria. But beyond that, can't everybody see that Nigerian football is really ailing and needs a medical doctor?
But if you want to look at the guys, I mean, the guys that were on parade, well, maybe not all of them, but Babuna hasn't enjoyed good football action for his club side. I mean, we've seen that every day. If Ambrose, in and out with Celtic, we can't fault him. He's been active, but he's played a central defense role for Celtic.
For his club.
I'm not the right full back.
Yeah, I mean, you're articulating some of the problems people around the world see, and those are the reasons why we're saying that Keshi should go. Because, like you rightly said, you look at the Central Defensive Partnership that has stuck together and played together for 3 years under Keshi's leadership, or from the Nations Cup, Omero and Obwabona. Apart from those guys, if anything happens, what happens? It happened at the World Cup. We called on Yobo. Yobo has since retired. You have an Egweke who hasn't exactly covered himself in glory, hasn't proven that he can actually step in. But like you rightly said, Obwabona hasn't even gotten into Reserve Sports first team, so he's not been playing a lot of football. Omeruo has been huffing and puffing. He's been shown in the last 3 games now to be chronically short of pace. He was exposed by Befuma in that game against Congo. It was the reason why we actually considered the first goal, and time and again, he was caught out of position against even South Africa. So it tells you that all is not well.
We can't vindicate him from this goal.
Now, exactly. Yesterday, he was culpable as well. On the right side of defense, you have a player who's been playing out of position, basically, but has been doing fairly okay. But can Keshi look us in the face and tell us that in the whole of Nigeria, with the number of professional football players that we've got scattered all over the world, you can find a natural right-footed defender that can, play in that position. Now, going even further forward, look at the midfield. Apart from Onazi, you can't look at, the support cast in midfield and say these guys deserve a starter's shirt. Mikel Obi has been on holiday for as long as I remember. Igiebo, atrocious yesterday, just as it was against Congo when he came on and he missed the sitter. Apart from putting his passes more often than not to the feet of the opposition. And then Emenike hasn't scored a goal. He scored 1 goal in 17 games for club and country. Yet he's a starter. And then you say Iheanacho isn't mature enough to play in a team, but the guys who are mature are only mature in age. They are not proving their maturity on the pitch of play. Emenike is firing blanks. There is no proven quality coming off the bench to replace him. He tried to bench him against Congo, but you and I know that Uche Nwofo himself, apart from the 2 goals he scored against South Africa in that friendly, hasn't done anything to merit the starting national team. So are we saying that Nigeria is suffering from a chronic dearth, a chronic drought of quality talent that the national team coach can't put together a decent enough team to beat Congo? And
what that means is not as if we don't have players that can actually step up. We do have players.
He has just decided to be obstinate, very, very stubbornly leave out players.
Larry, you don't seem to agree with that.
I don't actually share a lot of his sentiments. I share some, but he talked about dearth of players. That is actually Nigeria's problem, and we've had this for the last 8-10 years. The last time a Nigerian was playing or played regularly for a top team in Europe was so many years ago, the likes of Nwankwo Kanu, and that generation has long gone. After that, who have we brought to the fore? Who are Nigerian footballers? Who have we produced
What if
for
guys have not
these
actually
coaches
stepped up?
to actually work
No,
with.
I don't think that's the point, Larry. I mean, really.
What I'm trying to say is this. What I'm trying to,
you know what, we're going to encourage this. Channels underscore sports, the Twitter handle will go on. If you want to be a part of it, you could just chip in your tweets. We'll probably get to read it sometime in the program, or maybe subsequently we will get to address that. Now, the point is,
if the next coach comes in now, you are saying Keshi should go. If the next coach comes in, it is this same sort of players is going to put the same Mikel Obi or Nazis, the same Obabunas, and they will mess up again. He goes, being another coach. Where are the players? If you do not, now, ask every average Nigerian sports pundit, mention 1 or 2 players in Warri Wolves. Nobody knows, but they all know Liverpool players, Chelsea players.
Remember that when Keshi came on board, he brought these guys that a lot of people did not know.
Definitely.
So your point should not be that we're not going to have boys to produce. There will always be guys. I mean, the league is active. We have the Canopilas, we have boys that are currently playing in the MPFL. We have so many boys that are also playing the trade. I has mentioned Iheanacho. Iheanacho has not played. I'm not advocating for Iheanacho. I mean, the chief coach has said he's not matured enough. But we have boys that are like, they're also playing the trade. So we can't just sit back and say that, look at that, guys that are not there to be produced.
Here's my point.
Really.
The fact that we haven't produced top talents playing for Inter Milan, playing for Barcelona, playing for Real Madrid shouldn't excuse losing to Congo.
That's right.
It's not like these guys are beaten up because they have better players. Which is what my point initially.
I mean, we lost to Sudan.
Lost to Cameroon, we lost to
Sudan.
We lost to Argentina, and you're pointing at not producing top quality talent as the reason. Yes, maybe it can hold.
Okay.
But losing to teams that, even if Nigeria doesn't produce any talent, even if we pick players from the Nigerian Professional Football League, we should be beating Sudan.
Okay, guys, we need to round off right now, but quickly, let's take a look at the log. That doesn't mean we're not going to qualify for the group. I mean, we're just trying to let you know what the real situation is from our point of view. Nigeria are currently placed bottom. They get to play a return leg to the Sudanese on Wednesday, a game that is definitely a must-win. I mean, we thought this game yesterday. The game yesterday was a must-win. They had other plans, but to this Wednesday game is a must-win. We need to pick maximum points, guys. Larry, 3 points to that kitty. 3 points against South Africa, 3 points against Congo.
Tara, the last time I checked, I didn't know you were so strong in mathematics. But for me, I think my arithmetic is very poor. I think my arithmetic is very poor, and I can't lose sleep over trying to calculate how Nigeria will qualify from this group. We have to bring our calculators now. Nigeria needs to win the next game in Sudan, which is a given. We must win at home. I think that game is going to be in Abuja. Yep. Then we will have to go to Congo and defeat Congo in Congo. South Africa did it yesterday by going away to Congo to defeat Congo. Congo came to Nigeria to defeat us here. So we have to go there. And then when South Africa comes home here, I mean to Nigeria, we have to defeat them and pick 9 points and hope we can qualify second. Now, we need favors to also go in our way. South Africa will South Africa will beat Sudan probably in one of those games. And if they beat Sudan, I mean, they will go to 10 points. And South Africa will still have to play Nigeria. South Africa still has to play Congo at home. I mean, South Africa will play Congo in Johannesburg or Pretoria. So if South Africa beats Congo, on Wednesday, South Africa goes to 10 points. With the game they have with Sudan, they go to 13 points. So South Africa might likely top this group. So it is between us and Congo now, and we need to beat Congo away at Congo Point Noah or whatever that game is to qualify from this group.
Now, fundamentally, what's wrong with the Super Eagles, and what would you prescribe as a way forward?
Oh, well, first, as it is in the world of football, when results start to go south, the first man to go is the manager. I think that Keshi has overstayed his welcome. I think he's become unnecessarily unyielding to the obvious, improvements that need to be made on that team. And I've been asking myself, is Keshi a national team coach or is he a football agent? He's brought in, I mean, look at the substitutions that he made yesterday. Players who haven't played with the group. You are experimenting in a do-or-die match. You're bringing in players who still need some time to bed in. And what happened? They made no impact on the game. So here's my point. The manager has to go, and then we've got to be deliberate not to take a few steps backward by bringing a manager who's probably not going to cut it even at Stephen Keshi's level. We've got to be going for someone who's better. I don't care what the color of his skin is. Point is, we've got to get a better manager, and I'm hoping that we have a better administration in place with the new NFF, that we have on board. But Keshi, I don't think he's going to take our football any further. And that new manager coming in has got to be working with, even if this set of players still form the chunk of his team, the orientation has got to be different. The mentality has got to be different. And mentality and orientation can be the difference sometimes. We played our first 3 games at the last Nations Cup, which we won, and we were listless. We were lethargic. We didn't look like a team that was going to win it. But what happened? Between the time we played Ethiopia in the last group game and the time we played Cote d'Ivoire, something psychologically happened with the team. And they went on from there and won the trophy. So in terms of orientation, in terms of mentality, the new man has got to change the orientation of this.
You already seen the new man.
I think that is a little bit unfair on Stephen Keshi. He was a man who came in when Samson Siasia had not managed to qualify Nigeria for the Nations Cup, which Keshi is facing right now, which is the same crime he's committing right now. He came in at that time and introduced 17 debutants to the Nations Cup, and seven don't interject please, and seven local lads, and they went on to win that. So Keshi being a football agent and all of that, he did all of that. We didn't know the Sunday Mbaz and the Obabunas and the Egwekes, and they all came in. Credit to him, he won that, performed some other things and all that. Right now he's at the lowest ebb of his career, so to speak. You may kick him out. And Bada said the right thing. You must bring in someone. If you are replacing Keshi, he doesn't care about the color of the skin, so do I. If you're replacing Keshi, he must be someone with technical expertise. If he is not a Jose Mourinho, a Gus Hindig, or a Luis Van Gaal, don't come and bring somebody, a Jose Pereira from Brazil or something.
Yeah, but you know you can't get a Jose Mourinho right now.
I'm just saying, the person must be. I mean, there are people around the world like the Claude Leroy who coached Congo, who is good with African football. I'm just suggesting, I don't know.
We could continue on this issue for a very long time. We have a game in hand against Sudan. I don't think guys will be changed before that.
Let me just quickly add that time.
I don't think
if you have a manager who has won one game in the last
11 games.
I mean, you can't keep your job on that sort of result.
I mean, drawing 5, losing 5.
Let's not put all of this on Stephen Keshi, in my own opinion. The next manager will come. I mean, not fair better.
Yeah, put some blame on Larry. Put some blame on Larry as it is. But I'd like to thank you guys for being a part of the program. We need to go right now. We're going to break. And when we do come back, Ken, I will probably entertain some of your calls if possible. But he has something very interesting to discuss with you. We're going to break. And when we come back, the show will continue. Join us again.